Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today, if you guys can't tell by the title, it is going to be a graphic novel slash comic review. I had quite a few of you guys request these. It has been a very long time since I have done one, so I rounded up all the comics that I had on my TBR shelf, busted through them over the last weekend, and I am here to bring you a review video of 5 different comics. So you guys may have seen that in the little little title photo or whatever you want to call it, the thumbnail, there you go, as to what ones I'm going to talk about. But there are 5 of them, and just real quickly, it is Lady Killer Volume 2, I Hate Fairyland Volume 3, CHUH Volume 3, and then Saga Volume 7 and 8, which is 8 is the newest release, so I'm so excited to kind of bring that and talk to you guys about it today. And yeah, so we're just gonna dive right in, start talking about these comics, and hopefully keep this short and sweet. Alright you guys, so the first one that I want to talk about is Lady Killer Volume 2. If you guys have been following me, you know that this, the first one of this series is the first one that really got me into comics. I just saw it browsing around with my husband. I thought the title was really catchy, and I pulled it out and started seeing the covers and the art, and it was so beautiful that I snatched it up on the spot, and it got me really addicted, and it's been forever waiting on this one. So I was so excited. It was released, I believe, on the 26th or 27th of December, so I had it pre-ordered, got it the day it came out, and instantly read it because it was so good. And let me tell you guys, this one is a killer. This one has way more action, way more blood and violence than I feel like the first one had. And I love our main character, Jessi. She is continually getting to be stronger and more complex, which I really love. I like to see that she is still a provider. She is still taking care of her family, and yet she is still running this successful hitman or contract killer kind of business. The direction that this comic is going, it definitely has me just praising it. I mean, it is so good. I cannot wait to see where it goes. And like I said, just with the first volume, the artwork, the coloring, and everything about this, it is absolutely beautiful and stunning. I love the use of the color red because I feel like when things get really violent and really gory, it could definitely be overpowering and overwhelming with that much blood. But what I like about this is it definitely keeps it toned down. The blood is always a little bit more black, and the use of red is more with anger and different emotions and things like that. So I think it's a really great kind of play on that. This really is a beautiful series. I love our strong main female character and the storyline. Like I said, I'm just excited to see where it goes. It's absolutely beautiful, and I cannot wait for the next volume. I'm just hoping it doesn't take a year and something. I mean, I feel like I had to wait literally forever. It was over a year. It might even be close to 2 years by the time this came out. So I can't wait for the next one because I absolutely love the series. If you guys haven't picked it up, I would highly recommend it. The next one is I Hate Fairyland Volume 3, and you guys, this is exactly what I expected I Hate Fairyland to be, or at least this volume, because I feel like the first one came in so strong, so amazing. The second one was a lot more building, and it just wasn't as good in my opinion, but this one definitely delivered, and boy do I fluffing love Gert. She is so sassy and in control, and I feel like the harder she tries to be good, the worse things turn out for her, so it's leaving tons open. It's constantly got me laughing. It's got some really funny pop culture references. It also has some very inappropriate things that just make you giggle. I mean, this is such a fantastic series. Now, one thing I want to say about this series is, again, it is very graphic. There's a lot of action and violence, and yet there's a lot of humor in it as well. So I think the humor helps tone it down, but what I think really helps the most is how cartoony and over the top this is. The colors are so vibrant and saturated and just in your face, and then the cartoon versions of everything just makes it seem not so intense. So I definitely appreciate all of that, and I just love this sassy character. It is just so entertaining and addictive and so fun, and I cannot wait for this one again to continue. I am so loving it. I don't know how long this series is going to go on, but I hope it gives us a good chunk further because there's so many different ways that this could play out, and I definitely love Gert, and so I want to see what's going to happen next. Alright, and then we have another wonderful continuation of a series. This is CHUH Volume 3. If you guys don't know anything about this series, I'll just give you a brief rundown that our main character, Tony, works for the FDA, and he is a psychopath, I believe is what they call it, and basically what happens is whatever he eats, he can instantly get like visions of where it came from. So if it was like a banana, like what tree, how it was picked, the whole process leading up to when he's gotten it. So it definitely leads down some very dark roads where he is working on different crime scenes and definitely starts eating things that you wouldn't really imagine. It's definitely disgusting and a little disturbing, but it leads to him getting either more clues or closing the case, and so it's definitely interesting. Now, just when I thought that I kind of had the plot of this figured out, it definitely like took a tangent or a divergent away from what I thought, and it has left the door open to so many other possibilities. I like that it's been building certain aspects as well, just because I felt like at some points we were being pulled in so many different directions, and there were so many little stories within the overall plot that were happening kind of all at the same time, and then to see how it all wraps up, it all ties together right at the end, and I felt like it was just done so well. I think the art in this is also really beautiful. The language that the characters, or you know, the quotes, whatever, the basic overall storyline is really well put together. I love each character is so distinct in their like voice. On top of it, there's so many like little Easter eggs that there's like within the other artwork. So I spend way more time, and I definitely go slower through this because there's so much else going on, and they're really funny. So if you just catch those little hidden things, it's just amazing to kind of like see what else it can kind of add to the story. But my favorite part about at least this volume in general was the relationships. So the relationship between Tony and his partner Colby, the relationship between Tony and his family, you start to see a little bit more of the like hardships within it, and kind of just things start to unravel. You get to know Tony a little bit more, and then on top of it, we start to see Tony and Amelia's relationship kind of start to bud and to bloom and blossom, and I think that's an interesting little segue of things, and I'm really looking forward to it. It is so sweet and so adorable, and I think it just happened so kind of naturally that I'm really enjoying it, and again, looking forward to where that goes. So still hanging in on this series. I'm definitely way behind. I think it has like 14 volumes, so still kind of working my way through, but I'm enjoying it. All right, so next up is probably one of my favorite comics ever. It is Saga. It definitely lives up to the hype, you guys. Like, I cannot preach about this series enough. It is so, so good. And if you guys haven't picked it up, you really should. This is the time to just binge all of it and just catch up, because it is getting to some really incredible moments, and I don't know where it's going to go, and it has me just so excited for what's to come. So this is going to be over volume 7, and I'm going to read you guys a little quote really quick. It says that families are goddamn wildfires. They may start out small, but brother, watch them grow. And so throughout this one, we see Alana and Marco kind of getting new characters introduced, or other ones that are already introduced kind of become more of this like family that they've got going on. Definitely untraditional, but the way things are happening, it just works, you know? And so I think that was really interesting to kind of see this concept of the family kind of play out, and the different, again, more action, more violence. It's very heartbreaking. And of course, there's always those shocking moments that leave you like dumbfounded. Again, I know I have probably said this a million times if you guys follow me at all, but I feel like Hazel's narrations just continue to get like more powerful and deeper and like more intense throughout this as she kind of grows. And so I'm absolutely loving everything, the insight that she has into these families. And I think that is one of my favorite aspects of this. Like, the artwork is beautiful, the story is fantastic, but I really love narrations by their daughter Hazel. I just think it is so, so beautiful. So once I finished this one, there was, again, like I said, it was definitely sad and tragic. There was heartbreak. There's also hope. And it just has me so in love that I couldn't wait to continue with 8. So of course, as soon as it got up for pre-order, I had to pre-order it right away, and it was released early January, so earlier this month, and again, I had it pre-ordered. But then I always hesitate trying to pick it up because I don't want to be fully caught up, because it's just so sad, because then you're in like limbo for like another year until another one is released, and it's hard to wait, but it's such a beautiful world. All right, so now getting into Saga Volume 8, you guys, this one gets even more like personal. It gets even like more, I don't know. So it's getting personal. It's definitely bringing up some moral issues with topics like abortion and miscarriage and grief and like just the pain that you feel. And there is another quote that I want to read to you guys that came from this one. And it says, "Whether we like it or not, most of our deepest held beliefs come straight from the people who made us." So I think that's a very important kind of overall aspect as we start to see Hazel grow up and some of the, you know, like the people that are around her and their opinions and what's being casted onto her, as well as with her parents and how they kind of talk to her about certain situations or topics that could arise. I mean, this one I felt like had some very heavy topics, and it just goes to show again how strong Marco and Elena's relationship is and just how strong Elena herself is. She is such an incredible, powerful, beautiful, strong woman, and I love to see that in this. And I love seeing that Hazel's kind of following the same footsteps. In this one, again, Hazel also has some really like profound and really eloquent like narrations, which is really beautiful, and I loved the whole concept of this portrayal of what their son could have looked like. So there's definitely a lot of things happening in this one that are so interesting and again make you stop and think about your morals and where you kind of lie on things like this. All right, you guys, so those are the comics that I have read recently. I really loved them all. I'm pretty sure at least the Sagas, I'm pretty sure I gave both of these 5 stars because I just love this series. I know I gave both of these 5 stars because it is so amazing and I love them. It was everything I expected and more. And then this one I think I gave 4 stars because it's still good. It's still building. It just doesn't have me like completely over the top in love. So I'm waiting for those final pushes. But yes, somewhere around 4 stars for this one. So I hope you guys will check some of these out. If you guys have any questions or any other recommendations, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below, so be sure to do that. If you guys haven't picked these up and you guys want to, there is an Amazon link below. I am an affiliate, so I do make a small commission. You do not have to order through there, but I would greatly appreciate it because it does help support this channel. And other than that, I have a bunch more videos headed your way, so be sure to subscribe, click the bell to get notified the second a video gets released, and I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye!